page.
Go off with me subscribing to Dennis Schroeder's page. What's up, B? How you doing?
Good
Yes,
man, how are
yes.
you?
I did. I did subscribe to Dennis Schroeder because he's in the locker room, man. He's seeing what's going on, and well, he's speaking German half the time, so I don't know how helpful that is.
Say, ain't nobody gonna understand them.
Yeah, well, anyway, back to the business at hand. Welcome to the B&T Sports Talk Show. Appreciate everybody for joining us. If this is your first time listening to us and you like our banter, go ahead and like, subscribe, and if you're subscribed, please hit that notification button. We appreciate it. Let's give a quick shout out to Victoria, who has a birthday. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Her Friday was her birthday on Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Drinko, whatever you want to call it. Happy birthday to Victoria. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. And if you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in.
All right. Happy birthday, Victoria. All right.
Yeah.
Without further ado, y'all know why we here. As everybody knows, there's quite the series going on, and the last time we had a show, it hadn't even started yet. Since then, the Lakers and Warriors have been playing every other day, and so we've got 3 games in the books. So we're going to be heavy in the NBA today, folks, starting off with our favorite teams, which are, oddly enough, playing each
The
other.
Warriors and the Lakers.
Warriors and Lakers. So let's go ahead and dive in. And for a quick overview, for those who may have been under a rock, the Lakers are up 2-1. The Lakers won yesterday by roughly 30. The Lakers and Warriors traded blowouts in Game 2 and Game 3. And we are heading into a very important Game 4 tomorrow evening. So, B, we're 3 games in. How you feeling right now?
I feel fine. I just don't know I don't know what Warrior team I'm going to get tomorrow. To be honest with you. Let's talk about Game 1. Game 1 was an entertaining game, to say the least. Lakers got up 10 in the second half. Warriors rallied with a chance to tie or win the game at the end of
they tied the game.
And
they tied the game. We took the lead, and then they had another chance to tie the game. Yes.
I don't know if y'all seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but there's an episode where Carlton and Will Smith are on the basketball team, and Carlton was supposed to pass the ball to Will Smith, and he ends up just throwing the ball towards the hoop and was nowhere near it. Jordan Poole, getting the ball instead of dribbling in, thought it was good to take a 30-footer, with 10 seconds left on the game clock to shoot. I'm like, man, step in, take a couple dribbles. You're going to get a flyby. Everyone's protecting the 3-point lane. So the minute you pump fake, you're getting someone to commit to you. I don't know. That's Game 1 was a bit of a headache. And then obviously Game 2 and Game 3 were blowouts. So I'm just like, I don't know what to expect tomorrow night, to be quite honest with you. What about your team? I mean,
yeah,
again,
man.
You guys have been just like us.
I'll start with Game 1, and let's start off with this. Game 1 was extremely important for the Lakers to win. I can't put enough, importance on them being able to get one in San Francisco. That absolutely needed to happen in order for them to have a chance in this series, and they were able to do that. They really came out and grinded it out, and I think by slowing the game down with, we'll talk about the free throws later, but by slowing the game down with top blocking defensively on Curry and Clay, it really forced the Warriors to do things differently. They had to change their game plan, and I think that was a great coaching strategy by Darvin Ham, really telling the 2 defenders between Jared Vanderbilt and Reeves or Schroeder, whoever was on Clay or Curry or both, to really just ignore the entire rest of the court and just stare at your guy in the face. That's not a normal defense, folks. It's not something the NBA is out there running, because generally you'll get beat with back cuts on that. Anything can happen when your eyes are not watching the ball. I know anybody that's ever played basketball in their life knows you have to know where the ball is. But it was a great move, and it really took the Warriors out of their rhythm early. And it wasn't until the Warriors were able to get some transition buckets that they were able to make a comeback, and they started putting the ball in Curry's hands to start instead of him playing off the ball. That really got some things going for the Warriors and started that 14-0 run. that almost lost the Lakers the game. So that's what I saw from game one, was a great adjustment or great game plan from the Lakers, from Darvin Ham, and then great execution of said game plan. Game two was the adjustment back, B. So the Warriors
Yeah.
came out and they said, you know what, we're gonna put the ball in Curry's hands, and since you're gonna give so much attention, we're going to force you to come out and defend way out at the 3-point line. We're gonna force AD further out of the box because that's what was killing them. So they did a great job of that. They got guys going. Once Clay started going, then the whole team gets going. So I thought that was a great adjustment by Steve Kerr, forcing AD instead of having him sit in the paint
They forced him out of
with
it.
Kevon Looney. They put Draymond in there and forced him
Yeah.
to force him to come out further. And
Yeah,
then
and
came go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say Curry did a great job facilitating. That's one point. That's one aspect of his game no one really talks about as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is he could facilitate, and the right guys got hot at the right time. Obviously, JaMychal Green
Yeah.
had the game of his life so far in these playoffs here. You know, and you got to give it up to JaMychal because he was a DNP for 3 games in that Sacramento series, but that series was too fast for him to be on the court.
Yeah.
Him getting out there and him starting to hit shots also had to keep AD kind of honest with that there because there's no one else besides AD that was going to guard JaMychal Green that far out. So, you know, for him to hit those open shots was key. Obviously, Klay Thompson was Klay Thompson of old in game two here, and then when Curry needed to get a bucket, he got a bucket. You know, so having him handle the ball all that told me was that he was just going to look into keeping the same lineup in game three. If we didn't get the same performances in game three, to say the least. But
Yeah.
that was rough.
Well, I mean, let's look at it this way. I mean, we couldn't expect JaMychal Green to come in and repeat that same performance the next time out. He was not going to do that again. And the Lakers was somewhat banking on that. But the Lakers also made a change as well. We started switching on certain folks. So if there was a situation where Reeves or Schroeder was involved and it wasn't AD, we actually did a full switch. And that really helped us out, especially on Klay Thompson, to avoid giving up a lot of those wide open handoff, 3-pointers that he was getting in the game previously. So again, a great adjustment by the Lakers coaching staff to come up with another wrinkle to make sure that we didn't repeat the same mistakes from the last game. So it really is just going to be this game of adjustments back and forth until we get to a point to where everybody already knows what everybody's going to do. And then that's what I think we'll get in the next game, is where everybody knows what we're going to do. Now it's just who can execute the best. And it starts to get
Exactly.
really, really hot and bothered. Let's see. Let's actually get on the chat. The chat is moving along quite nicely. Drunk, welcome, Drunk. How you doing?
What up, Drunk?
So Drunk chimes in with, if they let LeBron win another ring, I'm going to be sick. Oh, boy. Here we go with the ref talk. We'll get there soon enough. Drunk, Steve Kerr getting out-coached by Darvin Ham. What is life? Well, I don't know if he's getting out-coached. I think it's Anthony Davis. I think that's kind of what it comes down to, because you can't coach 7 feet tall, can cover, can collapse or get out and push up on a 3-point shooter, then get out to another shooter in the corner and contest a shot. There aren't many guys in the league that can do what he does.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Duncan Robinson than Jordan Poole. I'm dizzy.
Bro, well, I'll get on Jordan Poole in a little bit here. He's running his way out of the Bay Area. I'll put it that way.
Yep. And then we got Black Vanguard in. What's up, Bill? Laugh out loud. This is LeBron. This LeBron hate is funny, but I gotta say this is a really good series. And then
I mean, look, don't put it wrong. Before these blowouts take place, they were close games to say the least here.
One at least, yeah.
And they were at one point were so.
Yeah.
They came out they came out firing here.
And then we got Drunk with Draymond exposing the Warriors inside. Reactions on his podcast after every game ain't helping anything.
Yeah, I mean,
can we
Draymond.
talk? Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
I kind of text you during the game. about this, and I want to bring this up on the show, and everybody in the chat, feel free to chime in. I don't think the Warriors do well when Draymond gets in these moods. When he starts to get flustered and starts getting technicals. It's different if you're on a team where all of that energy is reciprocated, then the team around you that galvanizes them, and then they start playing better. But from what
Yeah.
I've seen for the Warriors, whenever it starts happening, it's almost like at that point they're starting to unravel, and it's just like the stomping against Sacramento. You get the stomp, the stomp. Draymond stomps on Sabonis, and then after that, the Kings run away with the game. And so, same thing we kind of saw here was Draymond gets a technical, JaMychal Green gets a technical on this. I don't know what is
JaMychal
he
Green was sitting
doing.
on the bench chirping,
I mean,
man.
come on, you're wrong green, wrong green. So, and I don't think that's the Warriors' mentality. I don't think that's how they like to play. And I think once they start getting some of that negative energy in the room, I think it takes away from guys like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, who are very competitive, yes, but they're not necessarily, I would say, negative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to say the least. There,
So I mean, what do you think about that, B?
dude, this is what you sign up for as a Warrior fan. It's not like anything's changed over the last 10 plus years. He's been in a Warrior uniform.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, even when he was a rookie, he's over here licking Blake Griffin's shoulder after hitting a three. All this other weird stuff, man. This is what you sign up for. But it it looks terrible because he had more minutes arguing with the ref than he did on the court playing wise as well.
Yeah.
And just some of the fouls he was committing as well. Like the Lakers did a good job getting into Draymond to force him to play against AD.
Yeah.
And it's the fouls. But what kills me the most is he is antagonizing Steve Kerr to use a challenge.
Oh yeah.
Why
Yeah.
are
I see.
we're using challenges too far, too high in the game? Like there's a reason why you only have one challenge is to save it for a close moment in the fourth quarter. You know, and then the Warriors only had one timeout left with like 5 minutes left to go in the game. It's just it was just poor on Draymond Green's behalf. Dude, you got to know the moment, man. Pick and choose your battles. But as a Warrior fan, I don't expect nothing less from him because if he's putting out 15 points and grabbing 10 rebounds and being a menace on the defensive end, it does it. We're not talking about his antics on the court.
Yeah.
We're talking about how he contributed. The fact that he spent most of the time on the bench in Game 3 and yelling at the refs, it's like, dude, man, it looks terrible because he's not giving us anything.
Yep. When you're out of the game, you're out of the game. No reason to get a technical sitting on the bench if you're not a coach. So I don't see the point in that. So we got Black Vanguard chiming in again. Game 2 was all Warriors indeed, and also looked like the Lakers didn't want today after the second half as well. Well, I mean, we had a couple of games where the Warriors completely didn't play the fourth quarter of either one of those games.
Yeah. Well, they had Curry. They had their core out for the first 2 minutes.
They did,
just to make sure nothing got out of control.
Yeah.
And then once that game was in control, then they pulled everyone out.
And likewise in Game 3, 10 minutes in, that's exactly the same thing happened again in the loss. So apparently these coaches are just like, nah, we want to give these guys more time to take a break. Go to sleep.
Yeah, apparently
it's
every other day this entire series. Like there's no 2 games, 2 days off. They literally are playing every other day. It's crazy.
It is crazy and curious schedule by the NBA. Anyway, Drunk chimes in with, I honestly didn't even know Warriors had JaMychal Green until they dropped 15. Yeah, he's a journeyman.
He is, but I think we got the wrong Green on Denver. We were hoping for the other Green. Apparently, we got JaMychal Green. Yeah, he ain't coming back next year. Let's just put that to sleep here.
Jay, you got it.
No, you go ahead.
I'll keep going. I'm on the road. Yes, he did. JJ, AT, what's better than winning by 27? Winning by 30. That's right. We gave the Grizzlies 40.
That was 3 more points.
We gave the Grizzlies 40.
Ain't nobody care.
We gave the
3
Warriors
more points.
30. So, yes, JJ, it was a great win. I didn't think it would be as big of a blowout as it was, but apparently with these two teams, it's like one small adjustment means a 30 point win. I don't know what that's about. Uh, that's weird. Black Vanguard, yeah, the that blowout by LA was crazy Saturday, but the defense was clutch, and the Lakers really have rested all of their game plan on the defensive side of the ball. To be quite honest with you, they haven't done a lot different offensively from game 1 through game 3, outside of maybe putting the ball in D'Lo's hand a little bit more in the last game to start. But other than that, I think it's all about defense, man. It's all about defense.
But they're going to have to, because they don't want the Warriors getting into one of those flurries,
Yeah,
because we've all seen what happens when that gets going. So they have to really. The Warriors, the Lakers are locked in on the defensive side of things. Um, you can't, because if Curry gets going, the whole team gets going right after that. There creates
absolutely.
a lot of open shots
Dude,
here.
every time I see the Lakers shoot a three, I'm like, you're not going to win that game with them. Just you're not going to win that game. Nobody's going to
No,
outpace them in 3-point shooting. So let's see. Drunk Scott, a dog on Twitter picked Warriors in 7 after Lakers go up 3-1. Well, I didn't realize dogs could have Twitter pages. That's new to me.
well, I'll take it. I'll take it if that means the Warriors are winning in 7. I'm taking it.
I
Let's
got
go. Let me know who that dog was. I'm following him on Twitter.
Okay, Fido. Okay. So JJ times in. D'Lo came out ready. Black Vanguard also.
Big.
D'Lo was huge. Yeah. So D'Lo's had a
That
couple of
was big
games
to
like
start the
this.
game.
Yeah, he's had a couple of games like this, even in the past series with the Grizzlies, where he hit 3 straight threes to bring us back, and then came out and had a 31-point game, I believe, in the final game in that series. D'Lo is better than people think. He's not at the top of anybody's list because honestly, nobody watched the Minnesota Timberwolves play. But he's a guy. He's a guy that can, in the pick and roll. He's one of the better pick and roll players you'll find in the league. And he doesn't get off the ground very good, but he's still 6'5" with pretty long reach. And against one-on-one against Curry and Clay, at least today's Clay, yeah, he can get buckets on those guys.
Bro, he was burning Clay.
Yeah,
Clay could not keep up with him, man. It's hard to watch because that's not what you expect from Clay Thompson, but that's what you have to accept now. Is Clay doesn't have that first step to cut the defender off.
yeah,
D'Lo got by Clay just way too easily, and you see how it was frustrating Clay as well, because a lot of defenders didn't get this kind of opportunity against him, and now it's almost at ease now, you know. And
yeah,
so, are you going to switch Wiggins over to D'Lo, or you just going to let D'Lo get those points and just kind of live with it there, you know?
yeah,
And even when D'Lo was with the Warriors, he was a pretty streaky shooter during that COVID time before they traded him. It was, he wasn't going to be with the team. This was just a fill-in while Curry was hurt, but
yeah.
that's not. It wasn't. He wasn't a bad shooter. He got hot quickly.
Yeah, so some of the Warriors have to be aware of, and let's see. So we got Josh with Draymond keeps it real on his podcast. I love it. All right.
He's keeping it a little too real right now because he didn't talk about his 1 technical and half a rebound and minutes argued. I mean, he wasn't talking about that, but we'll talk about it.
So let's. I'm gonna take a quick break from the chat so we're gonna jump in and talk about some other things because the chat is on fire and I feel like we're gonna take a quick break and come back to it, just so we can hit on our points, folks. So we'll be right back. We promise.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about, now that we've kind of covered where they are so far, I want to start with what do the Warriors need to do? And I'll pose this question to you and kind of you can pose it to me. What do the Warriors need to do for Game 4 in order to be effective and efficient? Like, what are some of the things that you've seen that they absolutely have to change prior to this next game?
Dude, they got to get it. That pick and roll was working well in Game 2, and you can't get away from it. Now, granted, in Game 3, the Lakers they kept their hands out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just get caught staring.
Right.
They put their hands in the passing lane. That's why there were a lot of deflections there, but a lot of bad passes as well. There's no bounce passes. They're trying to zip this ball through a pick and roll. You can't do that with the 7-foot wingspan named Anthony Davis here. You know, you have to keep Anthony Davis away from this rim because if they're not going to get to the rim and they're not going to get foul shots if he continues to stay in that paint there. You have to draw him out in these high pick and rolls here. So whoever is AD is guarding on the defensive end needs to come up and set a high ball screen for Steph Curry to get that offensive movement there. And a lot of standing around is taking place. I'm not going to name names on who's standing around Jordan Poole, but all I'm saying is there's no cutting to the basket.
Yeah.
That is non-existent in this offense. And it's like we're just staring to watch guys shoot. So they have to just they got to get back to Warrior basketball here. And the big thing for me is let the hot hand continue to roll. In that second quarter, Klay Thompson literally carried the team for a little bit there. Hit 3 straight shots and then never touched the ball again coming down the court. When he gets going, everyone get out of his way. Just get the man the ball. Find a way to get him open here.
Right.
Run back screens. He's going to live by that 3, but once the teams start coming out towards the 3-point line, it opens everything for them on the inside here. That's the high-low there, and the Warriors are just not getting into it.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one, man. For me, the Lakers need to just stay attentive on defense. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, we've had this thing where Anthony Davis has been up and down, and that's been killing us. So I really just need to see some consistency from Anthony Davis from game to game. And really, I don't know if we necessarily need him to be that. I don't know if we need him to be so play so well offensively. We just need him to be engaged defensively and on the boards. And if we can do that. The one thing that's so really difficult in that the Warriors are having a tough time when the same thing the Grizzlies, you don't know where that 20-something points is coming from with our team.
Yeah.
So it would be different. It would be different where it's like when you're playing the Warriors, it's like, yeah, I know it's Steph, I know it's Klay. So one of those two guys has to have a good game offensively. Otherwise, the Warriors are not winning. However, Bron has not scored more than 25 points maybe? I don't think he scored more than.
He didn't even he took 1 shot in the first half.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, I texted you and I was like, what the hell
What's
is going on here? He looked non-existent in that first half. Like he did not want to touch the ball. He didn't want to take it over. Like he was looking to facilitate. And I'm like, is his foot really hurting him right now? But apparently that's a different story.
Yeah. So that is something that we have to try to maintain. Whether it be Reeves or Hachimura or D'Lo or Schroeder or all these other guys, even Lonnie Walker, who remember I texted you about him. Lonnie Walker, who didn't play much in the end of the season, comes in and scores 12 points. Because he can score. And so we have guys that can make a difference, and I think that's what makes the Lakers team a little bit difficult to hone in on one particular person is because they'll give you 120 points, but no one person will have more than 30. And that's really difficult to plan for defensively if you think about what Steve Kerr is trying to get accomplished here. Because it'd be easy for him to say, hey, you know what? We'll let LeBron get his, and then we'll worry about everybody else. But LeBron's not even shooting the ball.
No.
So now everybody's scrambling like, well, now what do we do? Just make sure AD doesn't go off. Well, AD had 20, he had respectable 25, but he didn't destroy you. And so these other guys and really the defense coupled with that is what's been hurting the Lakers. And I guess we'll talk about the dreaded free throw line in momentarily here before I start talking.
We sure the hell are going to talk about that. Let's get caught up in the chat here. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for engaging with all of this here.
We're on 1841 timestamp. So Black Vanguard, I think that's where we left off.
He keeps it real, all right, real good with them technical houses. Look, if Draymond don't get a technical, that means he's not playing. Let's just put it like that. Yeah. You don't get the same Draymond with there.
True enough.
Teams used to sign a bruiser for that kind of stuff. You're just not going to get that because it's frowned upon in the NBA.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that's too easy of a technical there.
Charles Oakley ain't coming back, y'all.
Listen, if this go to Game 7, live game reaction show. Just think about it. I mean, we be on for a little bit, but yeah,
I
that
don't
may
know
be
if you
something
want
that
to.
we
I
can
don't
think
know if you
about.
want to see me
Yeah.
watching the Laker game, man. It's not pretty. It is not pretty.
Or Black Vanguard. I mean, he's a gift and a curse. All honesty, if y'all win, don't matter. Y'all lose when we talk about it the way we did.
That's true.
That's why we're having this discussion here. Had Draymond put up 10 points and grabbed 10 rebounds, I'm not talking about his lackluster performance here. But he had nothing to show for yesterday besides looking angry, running up and down the court. That's just my take on that. Um, where else we at? You know who drunk chimes in and goes, or no, I'm sorry, I missed that. JJ goes, will Draymond do something suspension worthy this series? I mean, if he doesn't, he's not on the court, to say the least. He almost did when they reviewed his arm swing on Anthony
AD.
Davis when he went to the ground. I mean, yeah, there's your reaction to one thing there.
Yeah, he did some wonky stuff, man. He does some weird stuff out there.
He definitely does. Why don't you get us caught up as well?
Yeah, so we got Black Vanguard, Draymond do something suspension worthy every series. Do we need to even wonder? And JJ responded with true. Drunk, you know who's not getting enough credit? Rob Pelinka. He made a bunch of poverty trades that's working out now. Well, he's getting a lot of credit from me because Rob Lowe, AKA Rob Lowe, Rob Pelinka, um, solved three different problems for the Lakers with one trade, with two trades actually. The
Yeah.
trade for Hachimura first, and then the trade for D'Lo, Malik Beasley, who really hasn't given us a ton, and then Jared Vanderbilt, who has been a huge defensive stopper for us. So, yeah, man, he deserves a lot of credit. But if you're a Laker fan, one of the reasons he didn't get as much credit was because he's also the guy that made the Russell Westbrook trade. So, you know, you have to remember as a Lakers fan, we spent 2 years watching the Russell Westbrook saga play out, and there were 16 games under 500 last season, and they were an atrocious team. So yeah, we want to give Rob as much credit for what he did, but for a Laker fan, he's just making up for lost time. Uh,
No, 100%. 100%. Because had he not made these trades, you guys would have stayed in the 13th
oh
seed.
yeah,
Let's just put it
oh
like
yeah,
that.
no.
We're not getting this matchup here. So I mean, kudos to him. That really hurts saying it, but you got to give credit to where credit's due here. He saw a problem, he addressed the problem instead of writing it out. Because had this been last year, you would have had this team just finish it through the rest of the year. He wouldn't have made these kind of trades here. So, good for him for really doing that. Dude, I don't know where to do these guys. We got a lot of things going on
Yeah,
in the
man.
chat.
So
I don't
what
know
we'll
where
do
to
is
pick up.
I'll take yours, JJ, and then we're gonna get back to the conversation, and we'll come back. So JJ said Lonnie gave us some solid minutes out there too. So I just got done talking about that. Lonnie Walker,
Yeah,
if you're a Laker fan, you watched him during the season. He's a guy that can flat out score. Is probably the most athletic wing that we have. So yeah, when I saw him out there, I was happy to see him, man, because he could put the ball in the basket, especially if you're gonna try to guard him in a one-on-one situation. So good for Lonnie for staying ready because Malik Beasley was giving us absolutely nothing. He was trash
and
garbage.
he's supposed to be your shooter too.
Yeah, well, he
That's what they
can't. He
brought him in for.
can't shoot, man. Sometimes the lights get a little bright, man, when you play for the Lakers, and not everybody can handle it. Um,
Too.
so let's get back to kind of the conversation about the upcoming the series moving forward. And one of the things I want to bring up was I want to talk about some players. I want to talk about some of the players, and we kind of went through some of them, but I'm gonna start off with a guy that has been taking a lot of slack lately, and he's been really, he's a tough guy.
Non-existent.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to either root for, but he's an easy guy to root against if you're a Laker fan, and that's Jordan Poole. Zendaya was in the crowd for game two, and well, he played a little bit better. Unfortunately, back in LA, I guess there was nothing for him to look at. So
Kim K was there. He couldn't look at her.
no, he didn't want.
Jesus.
Maybe it wasn't his cup of tea. I don't know. So let's talk about Poole
No.
a little bit. So from my perspective, This guy is a Jekyll and Hyde player, and sometimes he can be both of them in the same game. Um, it's tough watching him because
Yo,
he's a guy that shows a lot of promise, has a ton of talent, can knock down threes, can get to the rim, but then he's also a guy that bounces the ball off his own knee, driving the ball to the basket. He's a guy that gets caught defensively in nowhere's land. And he's a guy that mopes, which is even worse.
oh my God, man,
And
his complaining is worse than Draymond's, man. He makes Draymond look innocent, dude.
So B, I've had my issues with watching him, and I'm a Laker fan, so I'm happy if the guy don't figure it out. But from your perspective, watching him all season, you watched him all season. What's with this guy? Can he affect this series? And if he can, how?
He's supposed to be the guy to affect this series. Dude, he's supposed to be that guy,
Yeah.
and he's nowhere. You know how he affects it? He came off his first appearance in Game 3, kicked the ball into the out of bounds. It literally the first time he touches the ball is a turnover, and it's like, yo, what the hell is going on? I've had this discussion. He signed a max contract, a max extension, so this is the heat that comes with it. You were supposed to make a leap after having a great postseason last year,
Right.
and it is not happening this year, to say the least. And for some reason, he stops the offensive ball movement when he is on the court. He is trying to run isolation. He is trying to beat guys to the rim. Dude, he's only got one move to the rim, and guys know when it's coming. His shot is getting rejected left and right, and it happened all season. But then he goes out and hits 3 threes back to back, and I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
But he is playing himself out of the Bay Area. And like I said, the Warriors are known to get rid of young talent, to bring in veteranship, to make sure that they can still win titles. And this will be their most valuable asset that they can go get in a words of Mikal Bridges out in Brooklyn? Trust me, if that offer is on the table and it comes with Kuminga,
I don't want
Kuminga's
to.
in the doghouse right now too. That's another guy
As
that is.
a Laker fan, I don't want to hear you say crap like that because there are two players I could think of right this moment. One of them is Big Cat, who's sitting on a Timberwolves team that just absolutely sucks. Another is the Milwaukee Bucks, who all of a sudden, we'll talk about this later, don't have a coach anymore, but have one of the best players in the entire league. So the Warriors still have draft picks. They have young talent, including Jordan Poole, and they're going to be looking to trade it. I'm almost guaranteeing it. And so I really hope your team does not get a big time player. I don't want to see it.
You know what's
in my
gonna
mouth.
you know what's gonna happen here.
Oh,
But
God.
the other thing too is Jordan Poole is such a defensive liability out there. Like, he has no defensive skill there.
No.
Like, he's almost out there to just score pretty much. But the problem is he's not scoring and he's not facilitating here. Dude runs 100 miles an hour, literally has no breaks to come with it as well. And he's on his back most of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the 3-point shots he's taken aren't even that impressive. They are some terrible shots that he is taking on the court.
They're not in rhythm. They're not rhythm shots. And he keeps trying to get to this place where he's like, I feel like I can take over. And in this series, it's just not there for him. And it's just not there. And it's just because you're not playing against. I mean, there are some guys on our team that he can pick up. If he's going up against D'Lo, maybe he can get past him or get some plays on him. But most of the other guys are about his size and can at least move their feet enough to stay in front of him. So this just may not be the series for him. I don't know.
But this is supposed to be the series. It's supposed to be up and down.
Right.
He's like a 5-year-old on a sugar rush and just can't stop running. You know what I'm saying? He's got no control of his own feet.
His own body.
It's just it's frustrating to watch because when Curry's not going to play the entire game, you can't have him do that. Jordan Poole's supposed to be the guy just for now that is helping Curry kind of get that extra rest there. And he's not. He's forcing Steve Kerr to take his ass out of the game and bring Curry back in.
Yeah, or DiVincenzo or whoever.
So I would love to see DiVincenzo get more Poole's playing time.
And you want to hear my opinion?
Honestly,
I think he should start. I think they should go ultra small. I don't, as a Laker fan, I shouldn't be helping you guys, but I think you guys should go as small as possible and just throw it against the wall because it's not helping you to have JaMychal Green standing out there and can't knock down shots. His size isn't getting you any rebounds. You might as well just throw it all throw all your eggs in the basket and run with it.
And that's not a bad thing because DiVincenzo's not looking to score, and when he's open, the man hits his shot. I'll say that. I don't know. I don't know what lineup Kerr's going to roll out there tomorrow night. He could put the whole bench out there, rest his starters for the first 5 minutes. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's we're gonna cover. I want to talk about two other players. But before we do, we got to keep up with this chat, man. We need like a. Oh man, so
we need a monitor. We need someone to monitor this chat. Good lord, I don't know where to begin.
So I'm gonna start with Black Vanguard. If you're a Laker fan, Rob getting all the love now. Yeah, now he is. Patrick P, what's up, Patrick? Surprisingly, D'Lo is staying consistent. Yeah, more or less. I mean, he's come up with some big shots for us. He's also shooting open shots too. He's not taking a lot of contested shots either. A lot of those threes he took last night were wide open.
What's good, NorCal? NorCal's joining the chat as well.
We
got to keep up with everyone,
man. I'm trying.
This is crazy.
we're doing the best we can, folks. So, Black Vanguard again. He wasn't before and all, but with where we are, now he's getting the love. And then JJ with Rob had to make up for taking Russ the year before. Absolutely. And Drunk chimes in with maybe I'm drunk, but Kuminga needs more minutes. Warriors need size. Yeah, they do. The issue is you got to score too, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, you might be right. And
but Kerr loves running with the vets.
That's true.
That's what got him there.
Yeah,
it's what he's going to go with. He needs to see production from the young guys. Moody is getting a lot of playing time. You know why? Because he's producing on the court.
Yeah,
he's hustling there.
Yeah,
and that's what you get. Kuminga, like I said, he gave up 10 points to De'Aaron Fox on 3 possessions. Dude, he hasn't seen the court since. Unless it's garbage time.
Exactly.
There's been plenty of that in this series.
It sure has. And so let me get back to the chat. We got Black Vanguard again with that Rush trade was, phew, you know what it was. Yeah, it was bad. Then we got Drunk chiming in. He's reneging on that Kuminga thing and saying, actually, never mind. Kuminga 6'7". Yeah.
But he could jump out the gym.
Yeah, he's got athleticism.
He can jump out the gym.
And yeah, so Andrew Wiggins is actually, I think, a little bigger. Is he about the same size or a little bigger than him?
I think he's a little bigger.
Yeah, so and then we got Drunk again with a guard. A guard is Kuminga 6'7". I thought he was at least 6'9", but no, he's not. But he just plays bigger because of his athleticism. Drunk says his energy, that Kuminga's energy could help in the paint, which, I could see that. It's just that he can't contribute anywhere else. Think may be the problem.
Yeah.
And then Drunk chimes in with Austin Reeves being light years better than Poole is the difference in this series.
Well, hold on.
Well, Reeves hasn't had that
great
of a game of a series.
He hasn't done nothing this series. Let's just put it like that. Austin Reeves has looked lost on the court there. That's all I'm saying. Can he? In my mind, he is your difference maker in this series. Rui Hachimura has been having some great games. But Austin Reeves, the only reason why he's getting all this playing time is the way he performed during the regular season. He has not done that in this series at all. He's not having a good series. So, in all honesty, we're breaking even with those two knuckleheads on the court.
Yeah.
We're not getting anything from them. So, I call it an even wash. But if one of those two break out, it's advantage to that team.
Absolutely. Austin Reeves has struggled. He had his first game. We actually got a few points last game. He did knock down a 3. Had a good play on a one-on-one with Curry, getting into the paint, pulling up. Those plays will be there for him because the Warriors are really keen in on him. Generally, they try to hide Steph Curry, and they're going to try to hide Steph Curry on Austin Reeves. So he's got to be ready to be aggressive again. Patrick P.
Go ahead.
Pull in shambles on the court after getting blasted about spending $500K on Ice Spice. What the hell happened? What does that mean? What's he talking about?
I gotta look that up. I missed that. I missed that. I'll look it up while you get through the comments.
Oh my goodness! I hope Ice Spice is not a woman because that sounds terrible. So yeah, me
Oh no, Ice Spice is she's a rap artist. The
500K.
47-year-old 500K on a date with Ice Spice in the midst of the NBA playoffs. Oh,
What? Oh
what the
my god.
hell?
No one. You know what? Just trade him now. Forget it.
Get rid of him. He spent a quarter of his contract already. God damn it.
Who in their right mind spends $500,000 to go out on a date with? I mean that is so stupid. And I'm a millionaire.
I love Google. It said one of the people who also asked who spent 500,000 on Ice Spice, and you lower it down to Jordan Poole. What
What
the
an
hell?
idiot. What an
Yo,
idiot.
oh God.
Thank you for that nugget. Now we can really clown on this dude because I mean, if I mean, B, I don't know about you, but let's pause for a minute. Let's say me and you are 6'6" NBA ball players who just signed $140 million contract. I'm not paying for no date.
I'm not paying $500,000 for no
I'm gonna pay
damn date.
for
I
a
tell you
dinner.
that.
I'm gonna pay
I'm
for a
gonna pay for
dinner.
the date, but not 500. Dude, what are you doing for $500,000? Can someone
Do I
answer
want to
this
know? I don't think I
question,
want to know. I
please?
don't think I want to know. Honestly, maybe we should stop the
What?
conversation there before we get too far off topic here. I don't know what.
No, we gotta find out now, man. I think I've spent about $500-600 on a date. Now, granted, I'm not making NBA player money, but what are you doing spending $500,000 on? If you ordered a steak, I hope you shit out a diamond after you ate it. I'm just gonna put it like that. If you're spending that kind of money on it, man,
I
Jesus.
don't want to say it, but it sounds a lot like some trickery. So
What are you
he needs to
what are you
stop
doing
that.
going on a date during the NBA playoffs? Like your focus should be on this. Uh, you know what LeBron used to do? Shut down all of his social media accounts
Yeah, he's
until
still doing
after the
that.
postseason.
He's telling
Exactly.
he was in a press conference talking about him having a conversation with the young guys on his team, telling them that exact same thing. Get off of social media, get off the internet. But apparently Jordan Poole was like, forget that. Not only do am I going to be on social media, I'm going to find a way to waste $500,000 on a date with one singular woman who probably is just going out with him on one date. This is ridiculous, man.
Yo, Cameron, I gotta read you this. I'm sorry, dude. The more we find out about this, the better it gets. So Cameron, a rapper, called out Jordan Poole.
Oh, Cameron?
Says,
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Cameron, Jordan Poole, you spent $500,000 on an Ice Spice date. You're a munch, and you're playing like a bleeping munch. This is not this is not you from last year, bro. Go back to Milwaukee and figure it the f out and get back in the playoffs because you look crazy.
Exactly, man.
He couldn't have said it better, man.
Oh
Said
man,
it
well
better.
there you go, man. I don't know if any of us could have said it better either. That's just stupid. That's
See,
just
Jordan.
stupid.
See, Draymond takes us away from conversations. Jordan Poole just led us down a rabbit hole
Oh
we
man,
never got to explore
I mean,
until now.
that's like a house. That doesn't make it anyway. I mean,
And you I keep saying it, and you wonder why Draymond punched him.
I think if most Warrior fans could line up, they probably smack him a couple times
We
themselves.
all would smack sense
At
into
least
him. Come
once. At
on,
least
man.
once. I'm gonna get through
Um,
a few more comments and then we'll get back to the agenda here. But you want to take it on? B, it's Josh.
dude, where were we? You
Josh,
should
you
live
should
stream.
yeah.
You should live stream the second half with your commentary next game. I can't do it tomorrow. I've got obligations tomorrow. But I mean, yeah, if you guys are asking for us to watch a game and do it live, I think we can make it happen here.
We
I mean,
gotta
they
make it
play
happen.
every other night,
We
so
gotta make it happen. We will. We gotta do it.
um, Cameron was like you, an NBA player. You could have got that date with a pepperoni pizza. Yo,
uh,
yo, I gotta clip some of these chats, man. They're good. Oh my God. Let's pick up. I don't want to talk about Draymond no more. We've talked enough about him. He just needs to show up. Let's put it
Yeah.
like that.
So
But let's
I'll talk about the Lakers side of things.
yeah.
So the one player that has been the most pivotal on our team has been the guy who's been a little inconsistent, and that has been Anthony Davis. Game two, we saw a different guy out there on the floor, and he just wasn't as aggressive with the ball. Missed a lot of bunnies, and you could tell he knew he screwed up. He looked like on the bench like somebody had just shot his dog, and he came back in the next game, played with purpose. Didn't necessarily need to go for 30 or 40, but just needed to establish himself defensively, and that's all we need him to do. I'm hoping we get the same effort from him in this next game in Game 4. He got the whole fourth quarter off. But we're going to go as far as Anthony Davis takes us. It's no longer LeBron's team. LeBron is not taking over any one game. It has literally been about Anthony Davis playing defense at the highest level, which I think most of us have ever seen a big play, to be honest with you. It's been a while since we've
Yeah.
seen a big that can play at those three different levels of the defense and be successful. So that's the one player I am most worried about. As long as he shows up and shows some effort, we have an opportunity to win. If he starts getting out there and his motor isn't running, then we're in trouble. So I'm hoping to see something. I'm hoping to see a established effort, a guy who's locked in and ready to play. And that's what I expect to see from AD. So let's talk about predictions for Game 4.
Well, I mean,
I'll start
I'm
with you,
gonna
man.
say I'm gonna say the Warriors.
Yeah, of course you
But
are. It's a
you're
must.
gonna
It's a must-win game for you
it
guys.
is a must win for the Warriors. As crazy as it sounds, it is. You cannot go down 3-1. Because we still haven't seen the side of LeBron that we're accustomed to seeing just yet. He showed it in the second half, but he hasn't been consistent with it. You're going to see Curry just say the same thing he said in Game 7. He's going to put this team on his back, and everyone needs to just follow his lead here. I think Kerr is holding back some more plays that we haven't seen yet. That should throw the Lakers into a bit of a confusion. He's found a way to make adjustments
Right.
after a loss. He finds a way. So this team, you're going to see an absolute dogfight. I see Draymond getting a technical. Let's see here. Jordan Poole with 3 turnovers. The Warriors win, but the Warriors win. I would say by 10 here. I'm going with the Warriors in 10 on Game 4.
I think this is going to be a very highly contested game. This is going to be
Yes.
very similar to the Grizzlies Lakers Game 4, which was an absolute barn burner. Went into overtime. Remember, LeBron got the last second shot to tie the game, and they went into overtime and got it done. I think the Lakers will win. They will go up 3-1. The Warriors will win the next game, and then the Lakers will finish up at home. But I think the Lakers win by 3. This is going to be a close game. I think both teams are going to understand there's a lot on the line. Just as much as the Warriors don't want to go down 3-1, the Lakers cannot afford to give back the home court advantage. They can't. So
Yeah.
let's get it. So I'm picking the Lakers. The Lakers have shown the capability to defend the Warriors in 2 different occasions. I'm not sure what wrinkle Kerr will have up his sleeve for this next game. But if AD is playing the way that he should defensively, it's gonna make the Warriors have to struggle and fight for and claw for everything that they get. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to a tight game.
And let's get caught up here. All right, look, we're starting to get a lot of requests for a Game 7 live show. So I'll put it to this. If this series goes to 7, we will do a live show. The only thing that we ask for is that you guys be a part of it as well. You guys been a part of this day already here, so we can't make that happen without you guys. So if this does go to 7, um, we'll do a live show. I think that's what you guys want, and that's what we'll give. We just want you guys to be a part of it as well, so we can have this whole chat blowing up for an entire Game 7 here. And if you guys haven't seen T watching the Laker game, you guys would be entertained. You guys would be very entertained.
I'm not nice, man. I'm gonna be losing my crap.
Um,
Oh man. Well, let's get back to the chat. We're gonna try to get caught up as best as we can. We appreciate you guys' patience. Let's start off where we left off here. So Black Vanguard, That guy's been hot. I watched him ball in Washington, so we're talking about Rui. Yeah, Rui's had a good series. He actually played even better in the Grizzlies series. Drunk with Jordan Poole is Anthony Morrow with clout. Oh boy.
Drunk, I'm glad you brought that up. Not a lot of Warrior fans who remember Anthony Morrow, but Anthony Morrow used to be a pretty decent 3-point shooter for them.
Yeah.
Got a good contract and then just fell out of the NBA right after that.
Yep.
So.
Oh man, and JJ chimes in with Poole was laughing when he got that contract because he knew he was robbing the Warriors. Drunk comes in with got Poole. Poole got $100 million for getting punched in the face, and I'll take that to the grave. And then Patrick out of the blue here with Poole for Dame, because why not? The Blazers are not trading Dame for Jordan Poole, man.
First of all, Dame Lillard's playing himself about not wanting to win a championship, that he's doing this for fun. Stop it. You mean to tell me you don't want to have a ring on your finger to establish your career? Shut that up. Get out of here with that. He'll be
playing somewhere else. It won't be the Blazers, I can tell you that.
Yep.
And then Josh says, be lucky if you can get Cam Johnson for a Poole. But Cam Johnson's not a bad player, actually.
He's not bad.
He's not.
I think the Warriors can get at least 2 or 3 players for Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to take for them to get rid of Poole.
All right, and then we've got Black Vanguard. Hey man, if you're a Laker fan, we go through coaches like kids on Halloween candy. Yeah, we sure do. Unfortunately. Man, and Drew, I'm gonna kind of skip through some of the ones that are responses to others. So forgive me. Drunk Poole about to get Clay another max contract.
He literally just signed Clay's max contract for himself. this postseason performance. That was a good one. Drunk, I like that one.
Man. Oh man, and Patrick says DDV over Poole. I'm assuming he's talking about DiVincenzo. Is that who we're talking about?
I think so.
Yeah. Which might end up happening. And what's up, NorCal Sports Card? We got Mama Birdie in the chat. Let's all remember Vida Blue. May he rest in peace. Oh my gosh, did Vida Blue?
Vida Blue passed away today. I didn't find out until listening to the Giants game on the radio today.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll pick up to that. Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see.
What else?
Let's see. What else we got? Cameron from Dipset destroyed Jordan Poole from spending $500K on a Bronx chick. Yeah, well, that's because Cameron knows it's not worth it. Black Vanguard.
He knew better. He knew better.
Black Vanguard, he doing dumb stuff. What is he doing? Jordan Poole getting clowned from now on. Don't put him in the same conversation as Reeves after what we just found out. Well, Reeves would have saved his money.
Austin Reeves is going to mess up and find out. He is living in L.A.
Hey,
so
he
would
have saved his money. Reeves looked like the kind of guy I'd been like,
I bet you he goes after one of those Kardashians. I bet you Kim's available.
No.
She went after David Peterson. Or was it Pete Davidson, whatever the hell his name is?
Yeah, well, I think you got to be beige or black to date a Kardashian, man. Sorry.
Austin Reeves is black. No one just knows it.
He's dipped. So we got Cameron. Drunk. Cameron was like you, an NBA player. You got the date with the pepperoni pizza. I remember you said that already. Game 7, y'all got to do live. We were working on it. And Black Vanguard, I'm not going to say anything about predictions. Draymond get tech. Warriors losing. Apparently, that's the way it goes. Drunk, I got Clay going 40 in the next game for Warriors win. Depends on who's guarding them. And JJ with, same. I think the spread's going to come into play. The spread's going to come into play. All right.
Yo. Black Vanguard, you out of pocket for that one.
What happened? What are you reading?
Just read the last comment.
Here we go. And it'll be a close one from JJ. I agree. JJ, I don't know if I could be on for Game 7 if it gets there. Same here, sir. I don't think I could take it. And then we've got my girl says he paid $500K for a date with little orphan Annie.
Out of pocket.
What? Wait a minute.
What
are we accusing Jordan Poole of?
Just watch her latest music video with Nicki Minaj. That's the reason why that comment's being made.
Latest video? Who made a video with Nicki Minaj? Him?
No, the chick Jordan Poole went on a date with.
Oh.
She's a rapper. I swear to God.
Um. Oh,
Black
you told.
Vanguard, your
Oh,
girl's out
okay,
of
okay. I see
pocket.
what you mean. Yeah, man.
She's out of pocket for that one.
Uh, and we got drunk with an update on the game. So Nuggets just lost, and KD hyped as ever. Suns to the Western Conference Finals. Can't have Lakers getting free right. You know what? First off,
I don't think the Suns
Suns
pull
aren't
this
gonna
off.
make it.
I just don't think they do, and we haven't even gotten into that conversation yet, to say the least. So we'll jump into that. And JJ laughed. I'm assuming he laughed at Black Vanguard's comment here. But it is looks like it is going to be a 2-2 series between the Nuggets and the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
We got to remember Chris Paul is out.
Yeah.
For games 3, 4, and 5, and that's not to say it's going to be extended. It's his groin muscle again, to
Right.
say the least.
Yeah.
And I just don't think the Suns just have enough to do it. And if this is just a home winning series, the Nuggets have home court here.
Yeah, they only need to win one road game.
Yeah, and so I just don't see it being the Suns. I for sakes, I don't believe it should be the Suns, but I still think the Nuggets have what it takes to win this.
And that's a great transition because that's going to take us right into our topic, which is kind of getting around the league and talking about some of the other series. Let's start with that. The Suns versus the Nuggets. Looks like it's going to be tied 2-2. They've had to have some like super extra performances from Devin Booker, who's played extremely well this series. KD's had a better game this game, but hasn't been extraordinary, we'll say. And Chris Paul is probably going to be out at least for another game or two.
Yeah.
I don't see this team progressing and getting into the Western Conference Finals this time around. I think once they get back to Denver, Denver will win their home. They will win their home game, and when Denver wins that next game, they will go back into the Sun Stadium. They will beat them, and they will win 6-2. And I think that because the Nuggets have been playing together all season, they have a healthy Jamal Murray. They've got some guys that really help them play that 5-out offense where everybody's just circled around Jokic and he just throws it out to a 3-point shooter. They also don't have anybody that can really defend Jokic either. I think they're a jump shooting team, and I don't think the Suns are just going to come in and out jump shoot a team that can get to the rim as well as the Nuggets can. So. I don't see that.
Booker and Durant have to combine for almost 80 points a game to even have a chance to beat the Nuggets. That's not required from the Nuggets. Looking at Devin Booker's stat line, Game 3, 47 points. Game 4 tonight, 36 points. It is taking godly-like numbers to compete with the Nuggets from those two because they're not getting offensive put out anywhere else. And you want to talk about a waste of talent on the court right now? Aiden for the Suns is just a non-existent, to say the least.
They should have made that trade with the Pacers, man. I don't know why they held on to him.
Yep, because now he's not happy there.
Yeah, well, he wasn't happy there before. I mean, so, and it's probably because of Chris Paul. Every big outside of David West that's played with Chris Paul doesn't like him. So, it's like, I mean, seriously. So, I don't know. I guess that, let's see if they figure that out. However, for the future of the Suns, they do have to find something to do about Chris Paul. He's not going to be able to play a full season and play the playoffs. He's at a stage in his career where that's just not going to happen. So, they're either going to have to load manage him next year or they're going to have to find a replacement. And I think that's.
I think the best option for the Suns is to find a replacement. There's a lot of young point guards out there that can impact this team here. Yeah. So I think they'll do it.
Yeah, they should go out and look for one. Maybe they'll call Russell Westbrook and ask him if he wants to play with Kevin Durant again.
Drunk says Ayton is literally 10-man.
He has everything except a heart. You've got that right, Drunk. You hit that right on the head. So the 76ers and the Celtics is actually going to be a darn good series and has lived up to the hype.
That is a good series.
That game today was hot fire. 76ers came out. They put the screws to the Celtics, and it looked like they were going to cruise themselves to a win. No, ain't happening. Celtics stormed back in the fourth quarter. Take the lead at one point, and then they tie the game to take it. 76ers tie the game to take it into overtime, and they go wire for wire, tit for tat, until finally Marcus Smart throws up a 3-point shot a half second after the buzzer, which would have won the game and put them up 3-1. So
Who would have?
I'm rooting for a great series. 76ers did a great job by getting a win on getting a win on the Celtics at home. And they've done a good job in evening up the series. I see this thing going 7, and I
Yes.
just think the offensive firepower that both these teams have, coupled with their sometimes stellar defense, is just gonna make it. It's gonna make it a really good series. So
I I think so too because that X factor and for the first time is going to be Joel Embiid in this series
yeah,
here because he's going to change that game. He's going to change that series. Um, for the 76ers here. Because if you have James Harden rolling and you even get 20 to 25 out of Embiid, Celtics don't have a
right.
chance. They really don't. Al Horford, there's no one that could hang with Embiid on the court here. And you just got to appreciate what this man does on the court as well. For someone being that tall, that big, and can stretch the floor, but also find a way to the rim, it's going to cause a lot of problems for the Celtics. Is Al Horford ain't guarding that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the capability. The way they've been doing it is by swarming Embiid in the paint, and getting hands on the ball. So that's how they've been able to do it. But on the other end, nobody can really guard Jaylen Brown either. So they've had their
Yeah.
they're kind of going tit for tat.
Jaylen Brown's having a series right now
Yeah,
too.
he is.
He is having a series.
Yeah, that Batman mask has been it's been working. We'll call him Black. We'll call him Black Man. Black Man. So the next one is Heat and the Knicks. All I gotta say about this is Jimmy Butler.
It's over.
Jimmy Butler. I've never seen a situation like this with a player who spends most of the season. Well, he didn't even play the first few games of the first month of the season. I don't think.
Hot dogs it through the regular season, man.
And just comes out and he's the best player in the playoffs all of a sudden. I mean, this guy is crazy. He's hitting turnaround, step back, game winners, and I mean, all I can say is Jimmy Butler is something special. The Heat are out there with G League players and G League players and Kevin Love, and they don't have Tyler Hero, who's injured, and they're still finding a way to beat a pretty good, well-rounded Knicks team.
Yeah, that is a decent team that they're putting it to.
Yeah.
Dude, did you hear the rumors? And this is crazy that it's even a thought that Jimmy Butler may be the lost son to Michael Jordan.
Yes, I did hear that.
Have you been hearing this?
It happens every playoffs. It happened in 2022. And he
shows up like
and he could. Jordan had a lot of kids. Let's keep it 100. There could be it that could actually be the actual truth. You never know.
Who knows? But that series is over, man. The Suns or the Heat have taken full advantage of that series, man. The Knicks don't stand a chance.
All right.
Let's talk about our man Dylan Brooks, who is getting the boot from the Memphis Grizzlies. There are no questions under no circumstances that this guy is coming back. He is gone. I'm just going to put it to you like this because we've talked about him too many times, and I don't want to waste my unlimited minutes on him. Do you think he signs with another team?
Yeah, absolutely. He averaged 14 points a game. He's a solid defender. He's a guy that you could put in there, and you could put him on the best player on the other team, 9 in and 9 out, and he's going to give you a good effort. So I think he'll still be a player on someone's team. I think it's funny though. I don't know if y'all seen Friday, but he got fired on his day off.
Yeah.
He didn't make it, man.
I was just thinking about the same thing, JJ. The Shanghai Sharks. He's gonna be playing overseas.
Oh my God!
Ain't nobody want that, dude. They be fighting overseas, man. If you haven't seen it lately,
I believe it.
There have been some pretty good fights in the overseas leagues.
Man, you talk about having a rough week. Yeah, that guy. The whole team just turned on him, and
ain't nobody care.
Yeah, you're right. I just feel that it's kind of stupid that their whole team took on that whole persona, and then they finally decide they don't want to look that way anymore. So then they just put it all on Dylan Brooks. Like, we don't want your kind here anymore. It's like, yeah, no, your whole team was like
they're
that.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not far from the truth, though. Let's just put it like that. They're
Yeah,
not far from it, but you can't use a 9 millimeter as an excuse no more. So they got to find some
yeah,
other reason.
exactly. Because
Um,
exactly.
Talk about guys getting fired on their days off. Mike Budenhauser, who literally won a championship 2 years ago, had the number one seed, got fired.
I I don't know what to say about this one.
I can't. I can't put my mind around it.
I mean,
He's done everything great in Milwaukee.
yeah, he's given them their only champion. Well, I think they won one before, but he's still
They did.
he's done more for Milwaukee than any other team, along with Giannis. I don't, dude. I have no
When's
idea what they're thinking.
when's the last time Milwaukee was a consistent playoff team?
Never, dude. Never.
They're the Clippers of the East. Let's just put it like
They
that.
haven't been good since they had that the oh man, the Ray Allen,
Yeah, the
the
early
early
the
Bucks.
early
Yeah.
years.
So I think I don't know, man. I think it's a weird thing to do at this point. I don't know what other coaches they feel are gonna shake loose from the coaching tree that they're gonna be able to sign and bring on. I can't think of any huge names that are out there right now outside of Nick Nurse, and maybe that's where they're looking to
Yeah,
go. Is maybe they want to get Nick Nurse in there. Ume Udoka is already gonna be coaching the Rockets. Terrible job. Good luck. So I don't know. I think it was a bad move, man, and I hope that they don't. I hope that they consulted Giannis before making this choice. I will say that.
yeah, because Giannis and Mike had a really good relationship in Milwaukee there, and look, they were consistent. He kept it. Even with losing big time players during the season, the Bucks never really lost stride. They stayed in that number one seed in a very top heavy East as well with the Sixers and with the Celtics, and they were able to hold them off there. And just because he lost a first round series to Jimmy Butler, not to the Heat, they lost it to Jimmy
Yes, for
Butler.
real.
Come on,
And
and
Giannis was
Giannis
injured.
was hurt.
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't make sense. And in fact, they brought up the stat: I think the last 8 years, the NBA Finals winning coach, the only person left out of that is Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr had one of the worst seasons he's had without his star players,
Yeah.
and he kept his job.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense, and I don't know who they're going to pick. So you're right. I hope they talk to Giannis about this, because if they didn't, that man is not going to want to be there no more.
Yep. That's why I said, stay away, Warriors. Stay away. Leave it alone.
Nope.
Oh man. Anyway, so last but not least, Joel Embiid won the MVP. I think it's deserving. I thought he should have won it. Was it last year? I think. I thought he should have won it last year.
Last year, I think he should have
They
won
gave
it,
it to
but
Jokic.
you really couldn't argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't argue that one either. But this year, he definitely deserved that MVP trophy, and that was good for him to get his flowers for that. He's been every year he's made that progression of becoming a really good basketball player through all of that there, and for it to finally be true and get that MVP is amazing for him. So I'm happy for him, man. I'm really happy he got that
Yeah,
trophy.
well, I'm happy for him too, man. It's good to see somebody not named Jokic get it, and we'll see how it plans out. And a
I
big
wonder
man,
what Kendrick.
and a big man too. It's good to see big men.
The big men are on the streak with winning this MVP
They're
trophy.
back.
They're keeping this. They're keeping it alive, not letting a guard get it. Although that may change soon here. Dude, real quick, we didn't talk about this, but you see, Bronny James committed to
Yeah,
USC over the
yeah, that's a
weekend.
big deal.
You wanted That is a very big deal, because he could have went straight to the G League, but he's going to showcase that talent on the national level in college. So this is absolutely great for college
Is
basketball,
definitely yeah.
and he is a good basketball player. It's not because he's got his dad's almost kind of his name, but Bronny could ball. Like, that man could ball. I like watching him play. It's a little reminiscent of his dad, but the kid's a stud.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be some good talent
Yeah,
there.
no, this is definitely the kind of stuff that you want in the college game to help draw eyes to the TV sets to watch.
Yep.
And the fact that he's right there in his own backyard playing for USC is just going to build that much more. It's in LA, y'all. So, it's going to draw. You're going to start to see. Rappers at the USC games now. Snoop Dogg will be there. It's going to
Snoop
be.
Dogg will
So
definitely be
it's
there.
gonna bring a lot of publicity that the college game lacks from time to time. So yeah, I think it's a good move. I'm good on Bronny. I mean, you want to go to college, get that. Try to take on the academics and the athletics at the same time, which is a challenge. Being the
Hold on,
what?
hold on. He ain't going there for academics. Let's
Look,
just put it
okay.
like that. That's a
My
one and that's
my
a one and
point
done kind of
is his
situation.
daddy's rich. His father's rich. He didn't have to go to college.
Yeah,
He could have just went
he
straight to
didn't
the
have
G
to.
League. So at least he is making some attempt. So yeah, man, I think it's cool,
He's
man.
also he's also making $5.7 million in NIL deals in college. So he's already going to be making money at such a young age. And LeBron didn't even. I mean, I'm sure LeBron made money in high school, but it's not to the level of what these guys are going to be making, especially for Bronny James.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of money. You better stay away from the women in
Oh
college. Just focus on
man,
your
stay away
game.
from the
Just
Kardashians, bro.
fo- bet you Kendall Jenner will be at a game. I'll put it like
Oh
that.
my, I
He
mean,
better learn
ain't
his
he a little
lesson.
young for her? Ain't she older now?
I mean, she's dating Bad Bunny, but that could change when Bronny James is on the court.
Bad Bunny, yeah, that's right. Devin Booker. Who was it? Devin Booker before that.
It was Devin Booker before that, and
Ben
then now
Simmons. Was
it's
it Ben Simmons?
Ben. No, Ben Simmons was before Devin Booker.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so yeah, they just
Yeah.
we need to stop. We all need to stop using the same toothbrush, y'all.
Everyone's an Eskimo brother in the NBA now. At some point, being with the Kardashians.
we need to branch out a little bit. I mean, damn, seriously. But anyway, all right, y'all. Well, any other comments? Do we have any late comments come through? Let's see.
Black Vanguard, Heat also a team with nothing to lose. They're the same way when they went to the finals that one year. They're playing like it. It looks just like them there.
Thanks for joining us, Tony.
And JJ says Shanghai Sharks Brooks. Yep. That's what we're all hoping for.
Hope he can talk trash in Chinese.
No, dude. Well, I think people in China already hate him.
They
don't want him over there.
They gave up on him already. Oh man.
So hold on, before we get off the air, let's see the schedule for these playoffs here for the Warriors.
Well, tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday. I can tell you that right now because it's one game after another.
Can you imagine a Game 7 show on a Friday night?
Oh, my God. I don't want to imagine it because I don't want it to go 7. I want it to go 6.
Who knows? But if it happens, you will get I think we should give the people what they want, man. They want us to do a live Game 7 show.
You guys really want to see me
what they
losing my crap?
Hell yeah, we do. We're gonna have to put a parental. We're gonna have one of those parental discretion advice. There's gonna be no holds bar on that one. So yeah, man, that'd be fun.
Yep.
JJ says it won't go to 7. Stop it.
Well,
this is how it's working.
This next game is gonna determine a lot. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, but let's see. Other than that, you guys were so awesome today with this chat. I can't believe it. Shout out to everyone: JJ, Drunk, Black Vanguard, Josh,
and everybody. If you haven't already, please give us a like on the video. We appreciate it. Give us a like. It goes a long way for us, so we appreciate that.
Yep. Who else am I missing? NorCal Sports Cards, Patrick, Tony was in here as well.
Josh.
Everybody, just thank you so much. You guys made this show just as good as we could possibly imagine. So, thank y'all.
We appreciate it. All right, y'all have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time. Remember. Don't forget to hit that notification button, like, subscribe. We appreciate you joining us. And until next, possibly Friday. Oh man, I sure hope not. We will see.
We gotta do it.
We will see you.